Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy, and I have been away for a while. I am still battling whatever I've had. I'm pretty sure I had the flu and then I relapsed and I think it turned into pneumonia, and it has just been a battle the last month. And I am still recovering. I'm doing a lot better. I am starting to feel a little bit more like myself now. I am still exhausted though. I am so tired. This has just knocked me for a loop. I do not wish this on anybody. So please, friends, take care of yourselves, stay healthy, take your vitamins. I am learning that I need to start taking better care of my body and taking care of myself. So that's something that I'm going to be focusing on as well. But I need to get back in the kitchen because we have been eating soup and just whatever was super fast and quick, and Hubby and I both are tired of it, and I just need to get back in the kitchen. So I'm doing something really simple tonight, something really easy. We have a sweet neighbor across the street that fishes all the time, and he caught some delicious halibut a while back. He brought us some beautiful pieces. So I'm gonna make my husband's favorite halibut Parmesan that we used to get at a restaurant here called McGrath's. We don't have it anymore. It's the McGrath's Fish House, kind of like a Red Lobster a little bit. They had this halibut that was just fantastic. It was his favorite thing ever. Never could get the exact recipe, so I've made up my own version of their Parmesan halibut. So I'm gonna make that for him tonight. I also had 2 big old russet potatoes, so we're just gonna do some roasted potato wedges with some seasonings. I restocked on my favorite Pampered chef spices, that's what I'm trying to say. My sweet friend Tina was having a party and I just needed some spices, and so I went ahead and ordered those. As you can see, my Pampered chef blender's back there. Yeah, we tried using it over the weekend and it broke. So it's not working at all. And it was my favorite. I loved it for smoothies when I was sick. I love it to make soups because it's a cooking blender. So I'm gonna have to get another one, but oven's hot. That means I'm gonna have to have a party because I don't want to pay $3.50 for it. And so I'm planning to do a party. That's another thing I was going to tell you guys is on April 5th, I believe is when we're planning to do it. My friend Tina and I are going to be doing a live Pampered Chef party on my channel that Friday afternoon, I think at 3 o'clock. I will be leaving you guys some information for that coming up soon. Once we've nailed everything down, it's going to be super fun. I love cooking with Tina. And so we're going to just show you some fun products. We're going to cook some things together. We're just going to hang out in the kitchen and have a good time. I'm praying that I'm going to be feeling 100% better by the 5th when we have that party, so that I have more energy than I do right now and can do that. So please, friends, stay tuned for that. Join us for that live party that we're going to be doing. But I'll show you what I picked up. I love the lemon garlic. That's one of my favorites. I love the garlic and herb. I love the Greek seasoning. The bell pepper herb is one of my favorites. This is, now you're gonna find this funny, friends. I don't like onion. I am not an onion fan. If you guys have been following for a while, you know I don't like onion. But this one is my favorite. I love the 3 onion. I don't know why, I just do. It's so good. So we're gonna use this tonight. We're gonna use the, let's see. We're gonna use the lemon garlic in our halibut, not salmon, halibut. That's what we're cooking. And I'm gonna use the bell pepper and herb on my wedge potatoes. So let's get our potatoes, get some oil on those, get the seasoning on those, get them ready for the oven so that they can start baking while we get the halibut ready to go. Just gonna do a really simple dinner tonight because, as I said, I am tired, friends. I'm still working, trying to push it through every day to get through the work day. Get home, half the time I get home and I just want to sit in my chair. I'm so tired. So anyway, I've got to get dinner done tonight. Hubby deserves a tasty dinner tonight. He's been working really hard and he's just been so understanding and so sweet since I've been so sick. So it's been a blessing for me that he's taken such good care of me while I was sick. So I'm going to treat him tonight to one of his favorite dinners. So let's get this made. All right, friends. So as I said, I've got 2 big old russet potatoes that I just cut into wedges. And we're just gonna oil these up really well. And then I'm gonna toss these with this oil to get it all on all sides. And then I'm gonna season them. because I'm gonna lay these down flat and I'm gonna season both sides. But I wanna get some oil on all sides of these potatoes. So let's try to get them in a single layer if we can. Sometimes it's hard to do that with these potatoes, but we're gonna do the best we can here to get them somewhat of a single layer so we can get the seasonings on them. I have a couple right here that aren't cooperating. I'm just gonna wipe my hands off, get the oil off real quick. And then we're gonna use our bell pepper seasoning. As I said, this does have salt in it, so I am not gonna add any extra salt. I try to be really careful about my salt intake. So if a seasoning already has salt in it, I try not to add any extra salt. Hubby, if he wants some extra salt, he can do that at the table. I don't need to add it to mine. I'm usually fine with whatever salt is in seasonings. So we're just gonna get these seasoned up really well. This is the way I like to do it this way, is so that I can get seasoning on all sides. So now let's flip these over. Flip all of our potatoes over. Let's get them seasoned on the other side. Give me just a second here to get these all flipped. Like I said, I'm trying to keep everything in a single layer, and sometimes that doesn't always work. So yeah, this sickness has not been fun, friends. It has absolutely knocked me for a loop. I haven't been this sick in years, and I mean years and years and years. So it has definitely taken its toll on me. So I am going to be looking at some different things to keep myself healthy, because working in the daycare industry, it is so hard to stay healthy. It's so hard to not get sick because you're around so many kids, so many germs. If any of you are familiar with daycares, they are literally a petri dish. That's what they are. And so I am learning to get my immune system built up. So, all right, I'm gonna put these in the oven. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then we're gonna get started on our halibut. All right, before I get my hands all yucky with raw fish, I'm gonna go ahead and make my sauce that's gonna go in here. So we're gonna put in a little bit of mayonnaise. I think I just need to take my lid off. We don't need a ton, but I do want this to cover those pieces of fish. And I think that's gonna be enough. All right, so what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna put in our lemon and garlic seasoning. Are you guys familiar with Pampered Chef's seasonings? If you are, let me know in the comments what your favorites are. I used to sell Pampered Chef. I sold it for several years. I love their stuff. I just don't have a lot of time anymore. It takes a huge commitment if you are, working and trying to do other things. I just did not have time to devote to it. When I wasn't working, I had time. Now that I'm working, I have my YouTube channel. I've got all my commitments at church. I just literally don't have time for it. It's just too time consuming for me. So I'm just thankful that I have friends that sell it, so I can always get what I need. All right, so I've got my 3 onion in there. I've got my lemon and garlic in there. I've got my mayonnaise in there. We're gonna put some fresh lemon zest in here. That's gonna give us that nice bright flavor. We're also gonna put some lemon juice, but I'm only gonna use part of this lemon zest in here because I'm gonna put some lemon zest in our topping, which is gonna be panko crumbs. So I'm only gonna do about half of this lemon, zest it into our sauce that's gonna go on the fish, and then I'm gonna use the rest of this in our panko. All right, I think that's probably good there. So now comes the Parmesan. So this is just a wedge of fresh Parmesan cheese. So we're gonna get that grated in here. And it takes quite a bit because this is Parmesan halibut. So it needs a good amount of Parmesan. It has Parmesan in the sauce and it has Parmesan in the panko crumbs. So you want to have a good amount in here. And we still need to put a little bit of lemon juice in this sauce. All right, let's go ahead and just cut off this end down here. I don't need a ton of juice because I don't want this to be super runny, but I do want some of that beautiful bright lemon juice. I think I'm gonna add just a touch more. Try not to get the seeds. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna grab a spoon. So I grabbed a spoon and our fish. So let's get this mixed. And I think that is gonna be perfect. I don't want it super runny, but I still want enough lemon juice in there that we get that bright, fresh lemon that just goes so perfectly with fish. All right, let's get our, wipe this down just a little bit. I don't want this stuff on the bottom of my pan because it will just spill in my oven and then burn. All right, so I lined a small baking sheet with a little bit of foil just because I don't want to have to wash this pan. I am trying to do as few dishes as possible. Okay, so there's one piece. There's the second piece. All right, so we have our sauce. We're gonna go ahead and put this on our fish. And then we're gonna make our panko crumb mixture that goes on top of this. And this is what gives it that nice crunchy flavor. That was the part my husband always loved about the fish at McGrath's Fish House, was the panko that was on it that was just nice and crunchy, and it kind of gives you that like fish and chip vibe, kind of, especially having like the wedge potatoes like we are tonight. But it's not fried fish. It's still a baked fish. It's still you still get that little bit of a crunch from the panko, but you're not having anything that is heavily fried in oil. All right, so there is our fish with our sauce. Now let's get our panko made. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in the microwave, get it melted. We've got our panko ready to go. We've got our Parmesan cheese ready to go. We're gonna do a little bit of our same seasonings that we did in our sauce, which is the 3 onion and the lemon garlic. And we are gonna put in the rest of our lemon zest in that breading. And I will save this lemon and I will use this. We'll put the little bit of fresh lemon on the side to squeeze over the fish. I love fresh lemon on top of my fish. All right, so here's our melted butter. We're gonna add in some panko. Like I said, we're not going for a really heavy panko crust on this. It literally is just to give your fish a little bit of a crunch on top. So we'll start with this amount of panko and see where we're at with our butter, and if we need to add a touch more. I think I'm gonna add just a tiny bit. Okay, I think that's gonna be plenty. All right, let's go ahead and get our seasonings, our cheese, and our lemon zest in here. So here's our 3 onion. We're gonna put in a sprinkling of that. We're gonna put in a little bit of our lemon garlic, just a couple of sprinkles. We're gonna put in our Parmesan cheese. And this needs quite a bit of the parm because this is what makes so the Parmesan cheese, when it melts and kind of blends with that panko, that's what gives you that crust. It kind of keeps it nice and firm and crunchy so that it doesn't get super soggy. So you definitely need a good amount of Parmesan cheese in this. Okay, I'm gonna say that's about a 1/4 cup, pretty close. Get the rest of it off of there. And then last, I'm gonna go ahead and put some more lemon zest in here just so we have that nice, beautiful, bright flavor into our fish. That's the thing, is when you're seasoning, you wanna season every layer. Because if we didn't season this panko, all we would taste is panko. We wouldn't get any of that seasoning. It wouldn't, you know, nothing would blend. And that's what cooking is. Cooking is blending flavors and just making every layer taste good. All right, I'm gonna switch to a fork because I have a little bit more control with a fork when it comes to panko. All right, I'm gonna just use my fork. Just kind of toss this around a little bit. Get that Parmesan cheese mixed in with that panko a little bit. If I have to use my fingers a little bit, I can. Get down to the bottom of the bowl. It already smells incredible, friends, and we haven't even baked it yet. This is gonna make hubby so incredibly happy tonight. As you can hear, I'm still battling this. I just cannot seem to clear my throat. And it's awful. All right, back to our fish. Let's get some of this panko on top of our fish. I'm excited to eat this. I love fish. I am a big fan of fish, especially in the summertime. Fish and a good salad and some fresh fruit, and I am a happy lady. All right, that's our fish. We're gonna wait to put this in. I want my potatoes to be almost finished before this goes in because it's only gonna take about 15 minutes for this fish to cook all the way through. So as soon as our potatoes are almost done, we'll throw this in. All right, friends, look at our potatoes. So they are just, you can put a knife in them. They're nice, getting nice and tender. I'm gonna put these back in the oven. On one side, our halibut is gonna go on the other side. And this is my version of fish and chips tonight for dinner. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, friends, I just pulled everything out. Do these potatoes not look incredible? Super excited to eat these. Here is our fish. Let's get this plated out. Here's our fish and our potatoes. I'm gonna put just a little bit of parsley on these, parsley on everything. We're gonna serve our fish with a little bit of fresh lemon on top. And just like that, friends, there is our Parmesan halibut, our roasted potato wedges. This is gonna be tasty. Super excited to go eat this. So glad that this was such a simple and easy dinner tonight because I definitely needed it. So friends, I wanna thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen as we made a fun and easy dinner, something my husband's gonna love. He has not had this Parmesan chicken or Parmesan halibut in a long time. So he's excited to have this for dinner. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And friends, we'll talk to you in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.